Hey, welcome back to Main Street Living. Ladies, I know it is so great to have sports back after the forced time out last year.
Absolutely. And if you're not actually playing sports or watching sports, the next best thing is talking about sports. I would know. Our next guest does a lot of that on his podcast, Kaplan and Crew, which is now available to watch on YurView. Welcome, Scott Kaplan, to Main Street Living. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be with you guys.
Fun stuff.
All right, well,
thanks for being here.
Yeah, first of all, you have a very cool setup there. So you got to tell us, what is Kaplan and Crew about, and what can fans expect each day on your show?
Well, thanks. I mean, I'm in my home studio, as you can probably see behind me. This is actually really my house. This once was my son's bedroom. I had to turn it into a podcast studio through the pandemic. Kaplan and Crew, I've been on the radio in Southern California, in San Diego, Orange County, and Los Angeles, and the Central Coast for the last 20 years. And over that period of time, lots of different iterations, from radio shows that turned into TV shows. And now we were a radio show that became a podcast. The podcast became a radio show yet again. And now the podcast radio show has turned into a nightly TV show on YurView.
Look at that. And I know you and Channel 4 go way back. So what's it like now having your own show on Channel 4?
I am so happy about this, because you guys got to understand, like, when I first came to San Diego in 2001, Channel 4 was where everybody in town watched. I mean, everybody knew that channel because at the time, Channel 4 actually had the Padres. And so if you wanted Padres baseball, you had to go to Channel 4. The other thing that was really cool is in 2003, Channel 4, we had the Super Bowl in San Diego, and Channel 4 did this whole thing called Media Day, where we talked to the teams and we went into the stadium. And now that's the biggest day of Super Bowl week. It was all created by Channel 4 back in the day before there was an NFL network. So yeah, I go way back with Channel 4. I had a show at one time called Scott and BR TV. That was my old radio show. And even that, we would just go do like MTV Cribs style interviews with local celebs and stuff. So yeah, I have a long, deep history with Channel 4.
Oh.
Well, you mentioned the Padres there too. If people wanted any coverage, they're actually worth watching now, but back in the day, maybe not as much. And speaking of back in the day, tell us a little bit about your background and kind of your, evolution through radio and TV.
Yeah, thanks for asking. I actually was I played college football in Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
I at Pitt. I
Carol
wanted
loves that.
Really?
Yeah.
Although, sorry, you got to say I went to Penn State. So
No way. Really?
Yeah. So, us and Pitt, we kind of clashed a little bit, but I'll forgive
Big time. Big time. Thank you. And back at you. So I played college football in Pittsburgh. I was going to start a TV career after college because I had started to intern in radio in college and started to intern in TV. And I knew all the local broadcaster types from my playing days. And I started literally in the local programming section of a TV station in Pittsburgh. I made $5 an hour. I wasn't allowed to work more than 20 hours a week. And I just, I bootstrapped it but I remember some guy telling me, I wish I knew who he was, but he told me, he goes, you either want to be in media or you need to be in media. He goes, if you need to be in it, you'll find your way. And I wanted this microphone, I wanted this medium of talk radio. And so I started in the early 90s in Pittsburgh, and I moved to New York City, where I was on a radio station there called WNEW, which was a really great old school rock station that became a talk station. And I thought I was living the high life. I was 30 years old and I had a radio show in New York City, and Howard Stern worked over here in the next studio. Wow. And Don Imus worked over there. And I thought it was going great, and it wasn't. It all blew up in my face at 30 years old. I got a chance to come to San Diego, and I've been here for 20 years.
That's amazing? A huge upgrade. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just have to say that as someone who grew up in California, the weather was an upgrade at least.
Oh, everything happens for a reason. And I know you have another endeavor too. Tell us about your new social media platform, Cited. I see the signs behind you.
Yeah. So listen, I'll be brief, and thank you for this, but I really built this platform for guys like you and me. I mean, really, we're in the broadcast industry. We're in the media industry. We're all trying to create a bigger audience, a bigger following on social media. And the fact is that we use these other social media platforms as a way to communicate and as a way to build brand. But the fact of the matter is those social media platforms make a lot of money off of us and the users.
So true.
Yeah. So what I've tried to do is create a platform. It's called Cited. You can find the website cited.co. You can download the app in the Apple App Store or the Google Store. And really what it is, it's an engagement tool. It's a question and answer tool. It's polling. It's a deeper level of understanding of what people think. It's sentiment analysis. And I'm getting deep, but the bottom line is it's really fun. It's a gamified
Ooh.
opinion platforms. So you use your opinions to compete and have fun. You earn points, you win prizes. Every week, the top 10 leaders on our leaderboard win Amazon gift cards. They get sent. So you actually get something for your
Nice.
time and your
Well,
contribution.
if there's anything we know about sports fans, it's that everybody has an opinion. So that's good that you made a platform for people to share theirs. We know your show, Kaplan and Crew Tonight, airs at 7 p.m. Monday through Friday on YurView. In California, it's also streamed on YurView Sports. What do you have coming up for Kaplan and Crew tonight?
Well, tonight, the big story is going to be what happened between the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, because when you have two superstars, LeBron James and Steph Curry, finding themselves playing each other in the first ever play-in game. I mean, these are the two stars of the Western Conference of the NBA. They should be number 1 and number 2. Instead, they're number 7 and number 8, and they're clawing their way into the playoffs. So to see a head-to-head matchup, which, by the way, ends with LeBron James hitting this gigantic, deep three-point shot with Steph Curry defending him and in his face. I mean, this is such a huge story. The recap and the reaction to what happened in that game will be a big story for us today.
Oh, man. That hurt me last night for sure. Well, it looks like I think we have Cheryl paused there. So I'm going to wrap it up for us. Thanks so much for joining us, Scott. And make sure you guys check out Kaplan and Crew Tonight. That airs 7 p.m. Monday through Friday on YurView in California. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, guys.
All right, stick with us. Coming up, we have more Main Street Living. Don't go anywhere.